like, we had like, my friend, she like has phobias. I just recently realized that all my friends have like something seriously wrong with them. Does anybody else? Like the last one I just had, I said I can't deal with you anymore. You need to go to intake. And for you, those of you who are younger, intake is where you start the psychological process. Yeah, anyway, she just went to intake and then she called me and she's like, oh, I do need some counseling. A lot of my friends need counseling. I do this, so it's kind of my counseling, so I don't know. I don't think I need counseling, all right? But they always call me up for advice, but we'll go into that in a little bit. But anyway, I went to LA, and my friend, she didn't tell me that she had this phobia. And I was like, what's your phobia? And as we're in the lift, she says, well, I can't go on any freeways. And she lives in Pasadena. And we have to get to LA, West Hollywood. And she tells the Lyft driver, she's like, can you just, it's fine, just don't drive on any highways, and can you not go past 50 miles an hour? We're in LA, people, we're in LA. The place of highways, there's lots of highways. I think it's all highways, I'm not sure. Anyway, we get to the place, and she's like, can you not drop us off here? Can you just drop us off at a coffee shop or something? And he's like, no. He's like, it says that I need to drop you off here. And then he just like starts speeding off, and he's not going to stop the car. And so my friend and I have to jump out of the moving lift. All right, we got free lift for like 6 months after, but I was kind of still terrified to get in it, you know? Have you guys heard about this idiot? It's been a couple of months ago, where she was really intoxicated and she left the bar and she ordered an Uber ride. And when she got into this vehicle, she didn't do any of the things that you're supposed to do when you get in a strange vehicle. Actually, you're not really supposed to even get in a strange vehicle. It's like advised not to. That's one of the best ways and quickest ways to die. But anyway, a police officer once told me, he said if you get in you should never get in a strange vehicle unless you know the person and where they work and where they live and their phone number of both where they work and where they live. Anyway, this girl, she gets in and she gets killed, but she doesn't realize that all of those services have lights on them, and then they have the picture of the driver, and then they have the license plate. I don't know. All right. The other day, I dropped my friend off in South Medford, right? And this lady comes up and she starts like banging on my door, just crazy banging on my door. And I like roll down my window, but I'm not stupid enough to get out of the car, right? I just roll it down like a little tiny bit. And then I proceed to start the car because I know that I'm probably going to need to get out of there in a hurry. And this lady's like, all like, oh, remember the last time that you came over, you complained about my friend's dog being off her leash. And I was like, no, I'm all about that. I'm all about your dog being off leash. I'm like, if your dog wants to run around off leash, off collar, I'm cool with it. And then I started my vehicle up and left. But I don't know. I think South Medford is scarier than Los Angeles. I was really scared. I was just terrified. All right, I'm gonna switch gears. I'm not like, I'll have to work on my transitioning someday, maybe never. Anybody else like try to drink anything out of these new Echo straws? You notice that like they start to dissolve as you're halfway through your coffee or your Starbucks or whatever you drink? So I've been stocking up on plastic straws because I think that's probably a good thing, you know? People are always calling me for advice, like my crazy friend. She told me today she was 20 minutes late for work. I'm like, well, at least you have a job. She was calling me, and I was like, I'm still in bed. You just woke me up. It was about 10:30. I was like, oh. I was like, can you call back more about like 1 or 2? Then we can have a good discussion about like your working career. She's like, well, I was late because I had to make lunch for my kids and it wasn't all completely organic. All right, another problem I don't have. I don't have the problem of trying to get to work in the morning. I don't have the problem of kids. I don't know. All right. The other one that went to counseling, she's like, oh yeah, maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm a little bit depressed. I'm just not really sure, you know? But, I don't know. All right, that's all I got.
One more time, guys. Can we please give it up for Bridget? Probably the funniest person I know in the Rogue Valley, honestly. And on deck, we have